It's been amazing to have that moment and have those moments. Obviously, if we don't win the Champions League, it's going to be disappointing. Champions League, you never sing that. Don't allow. There's so many people that have talked crud about our football team, talked about bottling and rattling us and doing all of that. Finally have a period. Every dog has its day to give it back. They're going to be out there with pitchforks saying, oh, but you never won the Champions League. Yeah, I hear that. But don't let that distract you from the fact that we won the Premier League. So as a fan base, obviously it's going to be a dampener, either temporarily or in general, because it's another final that we didn't win the Champions League. We've seen other people do it. We know we want to do that. For me personally, I think in these next 12 to 18 months, we can really quash some things to bed. We've ended the trophy drought. Obviously, we've won a major trophy drought. We've won the Premier League. This club has never retained the Premier League. I'm going off the bat 2026, 27. I think we're going to retain it. I don't know what the dynamics are going to be. City are still City, but they've got Maresca. I actually think Xabi Alonso is going to be very good for Chelsea, but they got to sort things out. Carrick seems to have got Man United's house in order naturally, but with more games, we don't know how that's going to play out. Obviously, they've got a lot to say about my football club, about our attack and all these things. And I've given our club credit, yeah. But to go to the next level, if we're ever in a position where we can run away with the league with 8 to 12 points, whatever it was, we need to do that next season. The attack needs to go up the gears. Certain people need to be flushed out. We won this without necessarily being in our best version. So if we go up the gears, it's peak. I think we're going to retain it. So if we can retain it and win a Champions League, it's been a movie. But don't allow that to dampen anything, especially for the fans and the players. We cannot have that parade and we're thinking about the champion. If we win it and we got the big ears and this one, fair play in it. But we can't allow it to dampen it. And even on that, we still bully this league. Because I do think there's obviously managers that have won the Champions League, but I do think equally there's managers that you have to bully your domestic league, kind of, satisfy that. And I won't say we bullied it, but we've established ourselves. Last 3 years prior to this season, we've been second and we've been first. Whatever people say about our attack, about our manager, about set pieces, and this player's not good, and Rice not possible forward, and Saka's not this, and Gyökeres in jeans, and Kai Havertz this, and Zubamendi that. Somehow we've been one of the best teams in it. So take it to the next level. And what I would say, anyone that's got a problem with my football club, fuck all of that. Come get your Premier League back. It's as simple as that. All you lot have 24 hours like us in a day, you all breathe the same air. Work harder, not smarter, man. And again, a lot of you that want to draw out Arsenal and whatever, when you're done speaking about Arsenal, you have to look in the mirror about your club. I know you're not happy. I know you're not happy. I know it boils you. I know it boils piss. It's romantic in that, obviously, the first goal we scored in the Premier League season, it was a set piece. The last one against the one that kind of sealed the league, Kai Havertz against Burnley. And I give the players credit. But next season, all of my attackers, individually, I need greater consistency. Arteta, I need evolution in that regards. Take the defense, kind of marry it with 2022-23. We're doing movies. But don't let them try to dampen the parade. We're still coming, pulling up with receipts. We're still getting onto every op. Just come get your Premier League back. Just come and get your Premier. If Noni Madueke has more Premier Leagues than your star wingers and whatnot, come get your Prem back. Because at the end of the day, Saliba and Gabriel are in Premier League history individually and Arsenal history and collectively. Raya's done his thing. Saka is, it's all worked out for Eze. Saka's taking us to the promised land. And then Mikel Arteta is an Arsenal legend. Like, let's have it right. He's an Arsenal legend now. He's won things as a player. He ended that trophy drought when he came here. He delivered our first Premier League title after 22 years. Don't want to go on that drought ever again. So yeah, we have to. These last 2 weeks have been absolutely amazing. Last Tuesday, absolutely amazing. Last Sunday, absolutely amazing. If we go and win that Champions League, I know they're kind of blocking the route and that, but if we go and win that Champions League, the scenes immediately on Saturday are going to be amazing. And there's going to be some people that are going to be out there to the early hours of the night. Obviously, we got the mad thing on Sunday, innit? But I want it. I've tasted blood now. I want the Champions League. I want the Premier League again and again. Let's have it right. In the Emirates era, we owe ourselves a lot of silverware. In the last 4 years, excluding this, because we got the Prem, we should have had some more domestic cups. We should have had another. Arteta should have at least minimum 2 Premier Leagues on his CV. So let's make up for lost time, man. All the tears and the pain, it was all worth it to get over the line. None of my players, very few of my players, bar my back five and Rice, could say they showed great consistency throughout the season. But everybody locked in when they needed to, and that's actually something. When April came and April's not kind to Arsenal, we locked the fuck in. All of that nonsense, we finished 7 points above City. It's our time. I'm not going to... Listen, domination is Sir Alex Ferguson, that's Pep Guardiola. I hope I'm wrong with what I'm about to say, because why wouldn't I want Arsenal to dominate? I don't think that. Something I've been calling for years. I think once Pep fucks off, pardon my language, yeah, the best compliment I can give Pep Guardiola is I'm happy to see you go. I think it's a free-for-all. I think anyone can win the league. if they get their shit together. So let's seize the present, make up for lost time, and lock the hell in. And credit to my boys, because you locked in. You locked in May. You locked in. Against Bournemouth, it looked dark. So many things have aged like wine. Rice said it weren't done. Mikel Arteta said he's on fire. And you know what I would say as well? This was the first year I believe we could win the league. I went to war for this football club on TalkSport and all of these things. It feels like, obviously, we've all won, we're fans, but it feels like I played. It feels like I played. There were some dark times. There were some dark times. After that League Cup final, I truly believed in my heart, and I said it. This is the worst we're going to get, and it has been. Whatever you have, I told man there's a parade, and whatever you say about my football club, we've got to a Champions League final, which we'd all agree is better than a League Cup final. Well, yes, I would have liked to have won it and had a treble and been a bit shameless and pissed off Man United fans, and we got the Prem over the line. Now it's about doing it again. The goalposts are forever going to move. But at the end of the day, we've set history. 2025, 26, you can say what you want about my football club. 9 teams have qualified for Europe. You could argue this is the greatest achievement. You know, they can say what they want. They say Arteta's a comb boy and a rookie manager. They say Saka's not good. They make up so many things about my players and my team, and we're overrated and whatnot. So I don't think you're right. But if all of this is right, let's humor them, people. If all of this is right, what you're saying about our players individually and collectively and all of these kind of things, then it has to be one of the greatest Premier League victories ever, based on what you lot are saying. And I give credit to Mikel, every one of my players, because this might not have been your greatest individual season, but it's going to be your most memorable. You've all got medals. You all stood up in some way to count. Everybody's played their part. Zubimendi's not doing the business right now. Cold in the first half of the season. Eze, after a troubled start, found himself. Saka obviously set up the goal that led to Kai Havertz scoring. Kai's had an injury hit season and made it happen. Gyökeres made it happen. Obviously, there's no point talking about the Salibas, the Gabriels, the Rices, the Ryers, all of those kind of things. Every one of these players locked in. The manager and his coaching staff, Nicholas Hover included, Gabriel Heinzer, locked the hell in. Young Miles Lewis-Skelly, Dowman, you know, your moments weren't in vain, especially Dowman against Everton. It's in history. You locked in. I have to give credit to the Cronkies, because there was a point, at some point, every Arsenal fan has wanted the Cronkies to bust out. Obviously, in the last 3 years, 4 including this, I've maintained any successes or failures. Obviously, a fish rots from the head down. So indirectly, them being the owners, everything is their fault, positively and negatively. But there's been money to spend. At no point did we not win the last 3 Premier League seasons because of what the Cronkies did or didn't do. So yeah, we all wanted you out. We're fucking with you now. To see Stan Kroenke and Josh, we like the Prem. Even I haven't watched the overlap episode. You don't need to start locking in on Twitch, because at some point between now and obviously the Champions League final, we're going to watch all of them parades and all of those videos, people. But I have to give credit to them. I love Andrea Berto. I love what you do as a man. I know you're going to sort us out in terms of incomings and outgoings. I liked your little bust up with Diego Simeone. I like the fact that you're there celebrate. Everybody connected to the club, the fans included, up and down the country, all around the world. Like, the sun's been shining. London's been great. It's been amazing. And I've met a lot of you at the various times. Well, I went on Tuesday after, obviously, it was confirmed. I went on Wednesday and I went on Sunday. Like, to share those moments with you lot, either on YouTube or in person, it will stay with me for a long time still. Good morning, S, from one champion to another. Hyper, appreciate you. All the people, them in the chat, appreciate you. Anyone else feel strangely calm or genuinely more worried about the Burnley game than I am for the champs? For me, with the champs, I'm not going to say I haven't dreamed about it, because that's not true, but it's a weird one, man. It feels like a full circle moment, because the last time we won, I actually made a mistake. I did the maths, 22 years. So the last time we won the Prem, I was 9 years of age. So it takes you back to the days you called a glory hunter for Arsenal. So obviously I've gone through a lot in my life. I'm a 31-year-old male now. Well, no, I've always been a 31-year-old male, but I'm a 31-year-old man now, and we've won it. So that shows, you get where I'm going in it, the childhood to adult life. I kind of feel the same way about the champs, because that is something that stays with me for life. The whole run to the Champions League final, the Juventuses, no one giving us a chance against Real Madrid, Jens Lehmann saving the thing, it being in Paris with the French ties, us taking the lead, being 15 minutes away from it, having chances and not scoring. You know, PSG will give you chances. You have to take them. PSG are the better team, but we have a chance. We have, our team's in much better health than it was last year. It's going to be a tough ask. There's a lot of things in PSG's favor. For me, the only things in our favor is I like the way we're approaching this. It's not, oh my God, the league got bottled. It's this or nothing, or it's silverwareless. We're in that kind of moment. The players seem to have relished it the way they talk about PSG. They give them their respect. Our football is probably suited a bit more to Europe. And it's just a one-off, innit? It's just a one-off. I do think I'm a bit of a hypocrite, yeah, when I look at the Champions League final, people, because I would say this. I've said obviously, if you're on this channel, you've got common sense in it. The two parties in Mikel Arteta and the coaching staff and the players, obviously, They're in it together, in it. But I did say, for me in the Premier League, for it being a marathon, not necessarily a sprint, I think Arteta's got to deliver me the Premier League. I think the players have to deliver me the Champions League. And I still maintain that. I still maintain that the players have to just turn it up. PSG, talent in abundance, tactics, rotating midfield, rotating front three, dangerous front three, defense. They're not the best defensive side I've ever seen, but people move like they can't defend in it. I know their keeper's decent. The keeper's the only one I want to ask questions. We know what quality they can possess. Despite the injuries and all of those things last season, we didn't go through, but we gave it a good fight. I personally feel generally PSG's period to dominate in Europe. I just feel they've got Luis Enrique, the scouting spot on. They've got the great balance between collective responsibility on the pitch and individuality. We all know the French league, they barely play these players. I just think everyone's set up for them to have a period of winning a couple of Champions League, which I hope it isn't this. For natural reasons. But in the next 4 years, if you told me they've won 3 of the 4, which hopefully we win one, or all of them, it wouldn't shock me. But at the end of the day, stranger things have happened. You got another opportunity. But I was going to say about the players have to win me the Champions League. It's a bit hypocritical because there are managers that have won it first time, right? There's managers, and as I said, if we don't win the Champions League, don't try and let them belittle this thing. But there's obviously managers that have won the Champions League at the first time of asking. Equally, there's also times where they haven't done that, innit? Like, I look at, obviously, excluding Pep Guardiola at Barcelona, he got close but not far enough with Bayern. He got to a final with City before he went and won it. It took Klopp 2 bites of the cherry. It took Tuchel 2 bites of the cherry. And if we're really asserting ourselves now from being a competitive side, which I said, to a winning side, you're not going to win them all the time. You are going to get to finals where it goes left. That's happened this season. Do you get where I'm going? That's their kind of headspace that we're stepping into. But as I was saying with Mikel Arteta, as much as, if I'm honest, I'm looking at players to stand up and show responsibility and win us that game. I promise you, go and look at any team that's won the Champions League. It's all been a collective effort. But in that final, couple men have stood up to be counted. As much as I believe that, and I have to see what's going on, and the players have to stand up, I do think it's Arteta versus himself to a bit, because you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You win, it's great, but just for argument's sake, we hear Timber's in the squad. We've seen Zubamendi play right back and Rice. Is he going to put a centre mid? Is he going to not think logically, but is he going to overthink it? Is he going to go with a centre mid at right back? How many minutes is he going to start Timber or bring him off the bench? Is he going to go with Mascara? Is he going to go with Calafiori or Hincapié? Midfield, is he going to get Eze and Odegaard in that midfield? Is he going to go with Eze off the flanks? Is he going to go with Trossard? Is he going to go with Martinelli because of what he can do going backwards? Is he going to go with Kai up front and Zubamendi in the midfield? These are the sort of things where I'm looking at. I do think it's Arteta versus himself, and I do think for his own managerial progression, like, he's got that headspace. And again, and another thing I was right about, no one can convince me Mikel Arteta is not generational. That's not me saying he's Pep Guardiola or Luis Enrique. In his generation or his manager, his managerial things, yeah. Who's done what he's done? Who's done what he's done? The guy had no managerial experience, took this club, and yes, there's been times where he could have, should have, and maybe would have been sacked in other contexts, but he's rebuilt this football club. He's put the lights back on. And now that it's taken 22 years, in my opinion, well, however long we've been at the Emirates, it actually feels like a home now. It don't feel like a house. It feels like, yes, the Emirates is there. What he's done for the atmosphere, what he's done with the Olive Garden and all those managerial mind games things, what he's done in terms of the recruitment, what he's done with the pressure, I can't not call it. I do think he's a genius. I do think he's generational in relation to his generation. I do think one day he's going to manage a Barcelona or a Real Madrid, all these things. Now you can see it. It's about going from competitive to being a winner. So, yeah, I would say I am in a sense of calmness, in it. Like, if we win the Champions League, it's amazing. If we lose, yeah, I'm going to be upset naturally. Yeah, we didn't win it. And then that's going to be like for 5 minutes. We'll go again, in it. Like, we go again like, hey, we do have the Premier League, though. What time are we reaching? I know we want to have our cake and eat it. But if life was fair, we do have a lot less, man. So, yeah, we'll win the Champions League. I hope so. I hope Timber is ready 60 minutes of football. The whole squad's going to be needed because, for argument's sake, if you start Kai Havertz, Gyökeres is going to have to play a part. If you start Gyökeres, Kai is going to have to play a part. We're going to have to see, man. We're going to have to see, man. Stavanov is incredibly skittish on corners and crosses. If Nicholas overcooks up his usual magic, our set pieces are going to absolutely terrorize their box. Listen, I rate Luis Enrique, and I'm sure you lot do. I rate him individually as a man and his coaching philosophies and all of that. I rate his team, not just because of the quality. And that's something we're not talking about enough. We're all focused on Kvaratskhelia, which quality player, all that stuff. The right-hand side, their right-hand side. If you're going with Calafiori, we have to commit to doing this Braveheart thing. And you can't do that for 90 minutes. If it's a shootout, we are going to hold some binds. Are you going to go with Calafiori? But I think they've got the perfect blend of individuality. They all fucking bust their asses to defend. They rotate. I've even seen Hakimi and Mendes on the same side as fullbacks. There's nothing that I can there's not enough praise for Luis Enrique. They're not. We're new to this Champions League final thing under the gaffer. They've been there before. It'd be interesting to see what's going on. But the weak spot is the keeper. And to be fair, they were better than us. I think we was naive. I think even when I look at, and it's probably one for the stream tomorrow, when I look at Declan Rice, he said you got to take your chances. PSG were better than us in both legs. Second leg in Paris, we switched off defensively. Obviously, they had that man Mount in Donnarumma in goal. Saka missed a tap-in. Odegaard had some half chances. Let's be real, Mikel Arteta. It didn't really look like, as neutral fans, beyond them long throws from Partey, we had something. You go back to the first leg, I think as a club, we was naive, from the fans to the players. And I say that, even us watching it, because I was still drunk off beating Real Madrid. What a day night it was, which Real Madrid's the biggest club in the land, innit? I think we approached the first leg of that semi-final against PSG. And as you saw, early doors, Dembele, like, they're a great team with generational talent in abundance. Kvaratskhelia, not to be that guy, everybody knows his quality. Ballon d'Or worthy, one of the best attacking players, full stop, in his position. And we all talk about it. But I said this to my friend yesterday when I was with them. I think him and William Saliba, you lot have the shittest PR in the world, because not enough people will gas you. If Kvaratskhelia was Brazilian or English or Spanish, there'd be more gas in it. So you get where I'm going. They've got, logically, it points to PSG winning. But let's go out there and have a chance. But with all of that, we did have a lot of injuries. We were competitive. I did feel, because I can remember my post-reaction, there was a period in that second leg against PSG where I felt that it was a valiant effort. We was trying the thing, if that makes sense. Like, we're giving it, isolated to the context, is we're giving it all we can to chase the game. But I'll be real, it felt like our best was here at that game. It felt like our best was here. PSG were just another level. And it weren't another level thing in that Kvaratskhelia is doing what he would do if you just type his name on YouTube or whatever. It's just, it felt a bit like boys against men, if that makes sense. And I did feel that the last time I felt like that watching a game of football is the two times I've watched Barcelona against Real Madrid. Against Man United. It just felt like one of those things. So we did have chances. We did have injuries. Obviously, I do think Saka played a blinder when I think he said something like, oh, you know who we want. You could say that could have been interpreted as Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich's a difficult outfit. I just think it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't. I know we played PSG. There's lessons we can learn from last season, both in the league phase and obviously the knockout. But I genuinely would have believed that wholeheartedly. I'd say it with chest, we're beating Bayern Munich, because I think Company, Arteta, you've both never been as managers to the final. Obviously, Bayern Munich got talent and they're a difficult team and they'll probably be their favourites. I just think it was more of an even encounter. I just think PSG, that's their thing. Like, listen, I don't know the owner of PSG or any of those people, but I do think they're on the Real Madrid thing, in that it's nice to win the league and we want to win the league and win everything, but the champs is everything. So we'll have to see. So, yeah, despite the injuries, we did have chances. We did have injuries. There is a lot of learning lessons. We're in a better place psychologically. You could have your cake and eat it. Like, I don't want to dream too much, but if you win the Prem and the champs, and a lot of our players are going to the World Cup, I'm never going to, whether that's Saliba, whether that's Saka, whether that's Gabriel, whether that's Declan Rice, whether that's Noni Madueke, if you win the Prem and the champs and one of you cops a World Cup, run me my Ballon d'Or. Run me that. Run me that. Run me that. Run me that. Movie is right. We got to do it. Win the champs. No. We're going to do it. This feels exactly like the Real Madrid quarterfinal last season. Nobody gave us a chance. Even their own fans thought they'd batter us, and we completely outplayed them. Talk to the Peckham Red that told man nothing. Hey, Rance, I've been collecting some files, Been collecting some files. Don't worry, there'll be Rance is my guy in it, and I don't care what people say in it. Like, as a man, Rance is filled with integrity, which is something that I feel is in short supply with YouTube content creators or just people in the industry anyway. So as a man, full of respect for Rance. He's helped me a lot. He's helped a lot of people, and a lot of people validate this. Like, he's a good guy. See, when we're just talking about football, Rance, you've got more misses than hits when it comes to Arsenal. I told man there's a parade in May. I told all of you lot that don't support Arsenal, and you were coming for me in that League Cup final and Wolves away and Bournemouth at home. Make sure you complete the job. It's not enough to shoot me, to stab me, to rush me. Like, you need to make sure they've pronounced me dead, because I said I'd be back. I said I would be back. I said, don't make me come back. I said, please don't make us win the Premier League. For you lot, make sure we don't win the Champions League. Regardless, you can't talk to me. You can't talk to me for a year. If your team ain't got the Prem, you can rattle me. You can jump in, not rattle me. You can jump in my DMs. You can do all of that. Come get your Prem back. We all got 24 hours in a day, man. Happy Eid to everyone as well. Life is looking a lot better right now, not gonna lie. Sun hasn't stopped shining, corn hasn't stopped flying, ops haven't stopped crying. Alhamdulillah. Tell them again, nobody can touch our fan base when it comes to passion. The global bro, the celebrations, bro. Kenya mad, England mad, all around the world mad, everybody mad. Bro, we're fucking like let's be real. We were sleeping giant, man, and it's time to go to the next level, man. It's time to go to the next level, man. It's time to go to the next level, man. Time to go to the next level. Elijah Saki, man. But yeah, anyways, away from that. Morning. I managed to catch a DG stream. Yes, you did, man. I managed to catch a DG stream. The thing with the Champions League final is we're the underdogs, and it's like the unstoppable force against the immovable object. Mikel on Mind Games. So is Mr. Luis Enrique. And it's also nice to see Gary Neville. I need to hit up him on TikTok as well, man. I've taken a break from the trolling to just enjoy the moment. Don't worry, we'll be back, man. We'll be back. Now Arteta is earning his money, third best paid. Bro, I'm not being greedy, but I want Arsenal dominance from now on. Let's win the Champs Super Cup and go to the FIFA Club World Cup. Arteta can achieve a lot before the next season starts, bro. But even that, with the World Cup and everything, I can't lie, man. It's never going to change. But I think for every club, I think there needs to be, because in my life, we've gone from 3 subs to 5. I think that's going to probably need to be expanded. I do think they're going to have to look at some level of a winter break properly. And I do think teams are going to need bigger squads. And I think you need a bigger bench. Because, again, football's not getting any better, bro. Rice has played 50, 60 games. Probably going to touch 70, arguably. Maybe even 70. And it's not just him. The footballing world, like the people that could govern how the Premier League is run, how the FIFA is, how all the tournaments are run and TV rights, they don't care. These footballers are guinea pigs. They're being ran into the ground. And it's not going to change. It genuinely is not going to change. And we have had this conversation for a number of years. Actually, we're talking about this the last World Cup, about the quality and all of these kind of things. We was missing Kai last year. Smash the likes. 149 people in the chat, only 32 likes. Get onto them. If we're trash, come get your Prem back, man. Stop crying, man. Kivia and Saliba, on my days, I cancelled out my memory. What do you feel about the new away kit? It looks like the one next to you, 2021, 2022. I need to see it to comment on it, if I'm honest with you, man. Big up yourself, TTM. So, yeah, man. Now, Rance is one of my favorite pagans, man. He is, man. He is. Like I said, as a person, nobody can chat shit to me about Rance still. I'm not going to lie. But when it comes to the banter and the Arsenal thing and United, we're on to them. Oi. Champions. TJ, I rate you. Told us it's a parade in May. Respectfully, I'm going to hold you to the fact that you said Zubimendi is going to change our lives. Not going to lie, Zubi was mid this season. So are we forgetting that one? Okay. DG Defense League. Winners win, losers explain, right? Zubimendi's first season. He's featured in every Premier League game. 22-year drought over. I don't make the rules. And he done the reverse Gyökeres and the reverse Eze in the sense that Zubimendi started the season.